Asheville Bee Guy here, feeding the bees, taking the straps off after the hurricane so that they're not needed anymore. We don't have high winds threatening anymore. I'm gonna take these straps off, and you just saw me pull 2 5-gallon buckets. Each of them has 25 pounds of sugar and about 12 pounds of water in each bucket. Let's hope the bees are in a good mood today. It's kind of a little warm, but it's not super hot. We're in October now. It shouldn't be super hot anyway. The goldenrod has died out, meaning that there's nothing else for the bees to eat except for, well, spilled juice boxes and stuff like that. Mentioning somebody's post in Asheville the other day. We thought it was interesting to see so many honeybees attending to this spilled juice box. And, well, they're needing to bulk up before winter, and these bees out here, I didn't get any honey from them this year, so I haven't taken anything from them. But these 4 boxes came to me pretty lightweight, and so they're definitely needing to be fed. Without even looking at them, I know just from having carried them here from the Alexander area. These other bees over here, when I did check on them, these 2 hives over here are packed with honey. I will probably not grab any honey from them. If I do, it won't be today. I promised the landowners some honey out of them if I could get it, and they understood either way. They're really looking forward to that honey, so I'll probably just pull a few frames out for them and leave the rest for them, for the bees, to feed them through the winter. It's more expensive to feed them honey than it is to feed them sugar, although I'm paying about $1 a pound for sugar right now, and this can get pretty expensive. The honey is much better for them, as they know exactly what they need to put up for the winter. And you can't extract honey from all of your bees. You just can't. In my experience, some of them produce, some of them don't produce much. And if I was out there just for the genetics, I would have replaced the queens in each of the non-productive hives. But I'm not to that point in beekeeping yet, and I don't know that I ever will be, because my number one purpose is to commune with the bees and to support them. In return for supporting them, they give me honey and they give me wax and they give me peace of mind. I have a very troubled heart a lot of the times, and when I commune with the bees, when I talk with the bees, I get peace. top of this screen, I see a bunch of dead yellow jackets that were trying to get into this hive. This is a screen that's put on during the summer for ventilation. It has I'll lift it up in a second, you can see. It's glued down pretty good. And the bees like to glue their stuff down. So as you can see, it's got higher ends and lower sides, so they can come, so that lots of air can flow through here. And here in the dearth, you see yellow jackets, and they're trying to get inside and steal the food. Clean that off and put it away. I don't need it for the winter. Replacing that is this box with a trough in it, and inside of this, well, I am curious. I'm going to look around, see what we see just in the middle of this top box. And pull out a frame. Hopefully, I see lots of food stores in here. Oh yeah, you guys. Look at that beautiful honey. Oh, they've put up some nice stores here. But they haven't filled up all the frames. We've got empty frames in here. 1, 2 empty frames and then a partial frame, which is partially filled. Looks like they've been bringing in nectar and making honey. This box is only about 50% full though, and they're going to need that for winter, so they get to keep it. You couldn't buy it from me for $100 an ounce. So this trough goes in. And I've got sugar water mixed up. The water is actually from my creek. It's left over from when our power was out. So this is natural spring water from out of my mountain going in with the sugar. You pour about a half a gallon in each side. And then the upper lid goes on. That one's done, on to the next one. I got 6 to do here, and I've got 7 to do at home. Oh boy, there was a lot of attempts at robbing up in this one. Lots of dead bees up top. I'm not too sure I like this type of a screen top. I'm gonna look at maybe something different. This is too much. Let's see how they've been producing in here. Like I said, these boxes came to me very lightweight just a few weeks ago. They didn't feel like they had any stores in them at all. They're really easy to lift and carry. So we got some building on the end here. Look more towards the middle here. 4 frames in. Okay, we've got eggs and larvae surrounded by honey. I don't see full frames in here. I see some empty frames on this side. I don't want to disturb them much. They look like they're doing great. I'm not seeing signs of beetle or wax moth or varroa mite. Those are our biggest threats. So on goes a feeder. And about a gallon of water. Well, sugar water. And then the outer cover. Next one. Well, we got some yellow jackets up on top of this one, but only a few. It was this one that got a lot of violent activity. But it looks like the honeybees did really well and protected their home from the yellow jackets. And I must have done well by reducing the entrances and helping them keep it safe. All right, up in the middle here, see what we got. Really well glued in there. Not much activity on the top box at all. I might take this top box off. It looks pretty much empty. Very little building in here. They haven't saved up anything in here. They've drawn out some comb, but that's it. Gonna take this whole box off. They made a lot of burr comb up in here. Let's scrape some of that off so they can access the feeding trough I'm giving them. This is not a very strong colony. They're definitely going to need food, and I'm going to mark this hive so that I know to prioritize checking them first through the winter. Get rid of this burr comb. This what I'm using is called a hive tool. It's basically a scraper and a pry bar all in one. There's different designs. I like this one. It's got a little J hook on the end. It's good for prying up tough and glued down frames. Anyway, I don't know if you can hear it over there, but these guys have got quite a strong sound. I can hear that there's quite a few bees in there. They look healthy. I don't suspect any disease, but it's not a very big colony. Another inner feeder. This one's made out of wood. It's got silicone caulking around it and a screen for them to climb to access their food. There's a bee got stuck in the water, in the sugar water. I'll pour the rest of the food in here. There's a bit of sugar left in the bottom. I'm going to be making some more for the hives I've got at home. 3 down. This is going to have to go on home with me and hang up in a special place where it won't get attacked. Oh, this one got hit the worst. And I see a moth. I don't like that. We got ants down in here. We got a whole bunch of dead bees and yellow jackets. This one had a battle. As you can see, there's tons of bees here, just 10,000 bees at least. So even though you saw all that carnage on that top screen, they're thick. They're just thick as thieves in here. Whew. Oh, and they have glued everything together. Oh my goodness, y'all, this is that black gold. Wow. This right here is early spring honey. I think. Woo, goodness, this is good honey. I might be able to take a few frames out of this. It's packed, end to end. What does it look like on this end? Because that end was ready to extract. This end is ready to extract. A little light on this side, but this side's full out. I'm going to turn it around so that the full side is facing out. So folks, I would take some frames out of this, but I don't have a tote to carry it with. So I'm going to lose out on this honey, even though I can probably take 5 frames from them safely and they'll have a good winter. I'm going to let them keep it, and I'm going to feed them sugar water on top of it. Since I'm introducing sugar water now, I can't take any more honey from them after this until probably May next year. And like the others, they're getting sugar water. This is a 2-to-1 mixture, twice as much sugar as there is water. They have plenty of sources around for water, so I don't like to put as much water in there as sugar. Now I'm gonna have to turn this around because it is not sloping the right direction. Okay, that one's done. All 4 of these is done. I'm moving on to the other 2. I'm gonna go ahead and move this camera over to the other 2. Okay. Again, taking the ratchet straps off because the hurricane winds have passed. Alright, let's check on these babies. Now when I first checked on them, this is a total mess. This right here is full of honey, but it's all deteriorated. The wood is rotted away, and this is going to be a salvage job when I get around to it. And that's going to be in the spring. I'm going to leave these guys alone and just feed them sugar water to support them. And let's see their entrance. Bunch of junk and dirt down here. It's just packed in. Okay, I'm just leaving a little hole for them to come in and out, but they've been using this as their entrance right here. This needs to be plugged up so that they can start using this entrance, and I need to plug that also to help protect them. But these guys are abundant. There's just thousands of bees in here. They're doing great. I will probably, when I start doing queen rearing this next spring, I'll probably source this hive for their genetics. This hive has survived at least 3 years without any care from a beekeeper. You can't go wrong with breeding from him, her, them, whatever you want to call it. Water's a little bit dirty. Like I said, I got it out of my creek when we had no power. It's good water though. All right, so we got that done. And put a lid on that. Now for the last one. This one was so packed full that I put another box on them to help prevent them from swarming too late in the season. Let's see what this box looks like now. Okay, it looks like they've been cleaning it up, but not filling it with any honey or anything. Maybe even not cleaning it up. But it gave them space that they really needed. Whether they used it or not, it's on them. Doesn't look like there's anything going on in there as far as the hive goes. Now this right here is so packed full of honey and propolis that I'm gonna have to extract a few of these frames. We'll keep that one for them. It's only half full. All right, these guys are getting a little upset with me. They might have been the ones that, in fact, I think I'm sure these are the ones that chased me across the field in another video where I didn't have my zipper up and they got inside. This is those guys. Let's see what we got here. You see, I've got 2 honey supers on here, which means I can take a lot of this home. And I'm gonna probably take this whole box home with me. Let me see. And then feed them. They got 2 boxes full of honey. They won't need that. They won't need half of that for the winter. This is just packed full of honey, you guys. This is, I mean, I would consider this wild honey because this wasn't farmed. These guys were left alone for 3 years. Probably a different queen than when the previous beekeeper tended to them. It's just packed full, you guys. All right. Okay, so I'm going to remove this box. If I can get it unglued. Oh boy, that's about 60 pounds and I'm missing 2 of the frames. We got 1, 3 of the frames. And let's see what we got. A whole bunch of burr comb I'm going to scrape up here. Let me give them a little smoke here. That sends them further into the smoke sends them further into the hive. Gets them away from the top here where I'm readjusting their living quarters. A lot of this burr comb is so full of propolis also. Propolis is an amazing substance. I'm gonna link the National Institute of Health studies that show just how powerful a medicine these bees are for us. They're finding antibiotic, antiviral, and even anti-cancer agents in the propolis of the bees. And look, there's a whole bunch of it right here. Most of this fur comb that I'm scraping off of this particular hive is super dark and super stiff, which tells me that it has a very high propolis amount to it. However, in Burcombe, you get a lot of wax also. Right over here on this side, it's more wax than propolis because it's a lot more amber colored, a lot lighter in color. All right, we got that. Now this frame only had, it was only about halfway full, so I don't want to take it and spin it. I'm going to replace one of these full frames with this half frame. See if I can get this up. Oh goodness, they've really got it glued down. Yes. Oh, no, it came apart. This frame broke. That's okay, good thing we're pulling it out then. Replace it. That's too bad. This one's not full of honey. This one was used for brood. And I need to put it back in there. Look at all that really dark wax. These guys are due for some new frames in the spring. All right, the next one is full of honey. That's packed full of honey. Put this half full one back in. Put this one back in. All right, they've got plenty of food, but I'm not taking any chances. I've got sugar, I'm gonna feed it to them. It's getting lean out here. It's amazing how sometimes you'll have a hive judged as being completely sound, no problems at all. Come back and check on them in a couple of weeks, and they're next to nothing. So a smart beekeeper keeps checking on them even through the winter, except when it's too cold to open them. All right, they're all fed. My chores here are done. Just clean up tools. We're gonna change our entrance, make it a little bit smaller, because it's time to give them more and more protection. Asheville Bee Guide, doing what I do loving Western North Carolina, and I pray for everybody to get back on their feet as well as possible in this time. Be safe, be happy, be healthy,